Most people walk right past the lamb in the meat section at the grocery store and go straight for the beef. I used to do the same thing. But here's what you may not know. Lamb is cheaper. It's just as nutrient dense, if not more so, in vitamin B and trace minerals than beef. When you put it on a smoker, it's absolutely incredible. Tender, moist, and full of flavor. Today on Salt and Steel, I smoke lamb, and I'm gonna show you how I did it. After this video, beef may not be your first choice anymore. After the age of 40, what you put on your plate matters more than ever. Your body needs nutrition, real food, cooked with intention. Simple, strong, resilient living. Welcome to Salt and Steel, and I am Amber, and today we are going to cook lamb. So why lamb? Well, let me tell you where I got this lamb. I got this at a grocery store in Florida, chain called Publix. And I had been reading and listening to people talk about lamb, and I was able to get this. I mean, it was big. I mean, it was like a lamb loin with no bone in it. And I don't remember how much it was a pound, but it was so much that I had to cut it in pieces because we can't eat a whole thing. So I have froze most of it. And this is going to be the second one that I got out. Now it's been several weeks and months since I originally bought it, but I can tell you it was like a third of the price of beef. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a try. The last time I had lamb, I was 20 some years ago in Texas. It was fantastic. I've never tried to make it myself, but I followed Matt from Meat Church, his recipe on smoking it. It turned out fantastic. So I am going to do lamb today. You're going to watch me do it, and I'm going to show you how simple it is. And before we start that, I just want to let you know why, if you're doing like a heavy meat diet, carnivore red meat diet, why you would want to try lamb. A, price is cheaper. Number two, it is going to have a little bit higher of a fat content, but that's fine. We're going to do some trimming. I'm going to do that. You're going to get higher B12, slightly higher than, say, beef. You're going to have a higher iron level. You're going to have a higher creatine level. You're actually going to have a higher selenium, which is a trace mineral in lamb. That is good for your thyroid function. You know how people want trace minerals in their diet to help regulate your body? Well, that's going to be lamb. Lamb basically has all the nutrients that a beef cow would, a proper beef cow, with some extra fat. So if you've not considered lamb, consider lamb. And this is going to be fantastic. I'm going to take this out of the bag. I'm going to start trimming the fat, and I'm going to let you kind of see what I do. Okay, so at this point, I have done some trimming, and there it is. So here's what I'm going to do now. So I got these two knuckleheads. Let me flip this. Look at these two. Look at these two. That's Petey, and that's Lulu, and they're rescues. They're going to get a little bit of the lamb's fat. Here you go, Petey. There's Petey. There's one for Lulu. We've been teaching her how to catch. She's our newest. And Petey's 5. And Lulu's a little over a year. Oh, good girl. So anyway, that's their little treat. Okay. I'm going to make incisions in here. And I'm going to take pieces of garlic. And I'm going to put them inside that. This time I bought just fresh peeled garlic. Saves me a little bit of time. But I'm going to infuse the fat with these pieces of garlic. So I'll show you an example, and then I'll fast forward so you don't have to watch me try to do this. So I'm going to cut here. Don't be afraid to get into that muscle. I'm going to take a piece of garlic, and I'm going to put it right in there like that. And I'm just going to do it throughout this. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this with butcher twine to hold it all together. But in the meantime, now that I've got the garlic in, my next step is I'm going to drizzle some olive oil on this because we're smoking this at such a low temperature. It's not going to hurt the oil or compromise the integrity of the oil. I'm going to use some olive oil. And then I like Matt's seasonings from his Meat Church. I've used so many of them, and I still have a few on my counter. But honestly, Over the last couple years, these are my go-to. This is all I need in my kitchen. I love the Blanco. It's the salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic. And then the garlic herb, which he does in the recipe. And this is going to taste fantastic. So anyway, I like his seasonings. You get these big jars for a decent price. And it never clumps. It never settles. And it'll last you a long time. And it tastes good on everything. This is my go-to for all my meat, all my steak. I mean, I'm just trying to think what else. I make a lot of poppers. I'll put this on my cream cheese. And this one's great on poppers too, but this garlic and herb is fantastic. Okay, so now I've cut my butcher twine and I'm just gonna pull all this together into one big lamb roll, and then we're gonna go put this on the smoker. This is our lamb. It's looking pretty good. So, the dog. Do you like lamb, Lulu? Do you like lamb poo-poo? Everybody wagging their tails. They all love it when Ma cooks. So, anyway, I'm going to go put this on the smoker. This will cook at now Matt will go to 135 and let it go up to 145. I'm actually going to let it go to 145 and let it cool off for about an hour or whenever. It doesn't even matter at that point. And here's why I like doing this kind of meat. I like doing this with rib roast, this lamb and everything. I do this because once I get it to kind of that temperature, you're not going to eat this whole thing. Two of us are not going to eat this whole thing in an evening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the fridge, cut it up in pieces, and then when you want some, you can kind of throw it in the air fryer for just a couple minutes to warm it up, and it's fantastic. That's what I love about rib roast. Nothing goes to waste. That's what I love about lamb, that I'm learning to love about lamb. And it'll just be something that you can just keep eating on. And you can come up with sandwiches. You can come up with just regular whatever. So let's go put this thing on the smoker. Oops. All right, as I go to put this on the smoker, as I check temps here in a little bit, I'm going to check on the fattiest part of the lamb. That's what I need to check because that is going to take the longest to cook. And kind of a little hack I do, I have my water pan. I line it with foil so I don't have to necessarily clean it all the time. I can just throw away the foil when it's all done. Some of your garlic might pop out, but just stick it right back in there. It'll be fine. My temperature, I got this as, I like analog. I'm sorry, I'm old school. I like analog smokers. I can just turn the dial out. Those other ones, I've had the digital before, but sometimes they're hard to see. And this one, it's pretty warm. I'm going to say it's probably pushing 250, 275. I'll just kind of turn it down because as the sun comes, it goes into the glass and it'll warm it up. So anyway, let's let it do its thing and we'll check it in a little bit. All right, we're back with our lamb, and I've got helpers. Look at these two. Okay, so we got the lamb. I cooked this lamb for 2 hours, no, 11:30. No, yeah, 2 hours and 5 minutes. and it was on temp. I don't get too hung up on my temperature. I just make sure that I'm above 225, and I don't like to go above 275. And I mean, I got this done in, yeah, like 2 hours and 5 minutes. I've been letting it sit. I wanted to do this outside, but it just will not stop raining here. So we are back inside the kitchen. So I'm gonna give you a little preview right here. This is what you got. This is lamb. I'm gonna cut into it, and we're gonna see how it turned out. Okay, now remember, I cooked this to look at Petey. He's excited. I cooked this to 145 and I let it go. So I cut the thick of it here, and this is what it looks like when I let it go to 145 degrees. And then you just let it sit. It's been sitting, honestly, for a couple hours just because it won't quit raining. And I'm not in a big hurry to eat this thing. It's still... oh, it's kind of late afternoon now, but it is perfectly fine. But look how that come out. And that's garlic. Remember those garlic chunks we put in there? That's what's in there. So let's take a bite. All right. So I cut me some pieces of the lamb. I've already had a piece, I won't lie. It's really good. It's tender. It's not dry. It has a nice flavor to it. I mean, to get the nutrition out of this, I mean, you can't be mad at this. This is good. So, if you haven't considered lamb, you could cook this in the oven. You don't even have to cook it. You don't even have to cook it on a smoker. Just run it to like 300 degrees in your oven and just, let it sit. Make sure you got some water in there in a pan. Better if you had like it separated and not sitting in the water, and just let it go. I sprayed this one time with, I use apple cider vinegar and Worcestershire sauce in a squirt bottle, and I hit it. I think I got my pan put in or refilled it a couple times, but I'm telling you, lamb is way cheaper than beef. It's just as good as beef, if not better at times. It's very good. And we're gonna let Petey Poo have a piece. Petey Poo? Nah. Come here, Lulu. Oh, we'll have to walk to the princess so she can have a piece of lamb. There she goes. So anyway, thank you guys for checking out this video. If you try this, let me know. And I'll put in the links for Meat Church's seasoning, Matt's seasonings, and hey, if you're looking for an alternative to beef because the prices are so high, I'm serious. Go check out lamb. If you happen to get a big one, just cut it up like I do. I think the one that I wound up with, I'm going to put maybe 2.5 to 3 pounds. And I cooked it in 2 hours at a good temp. And like I said, what I like about what I did here is I know we're not going to eat all this, and we can put it up and you can throw it in the air fryer tomorrow and just heat it up, and it's not going to overcook it at all, and it's still going to be moist. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, stay simple, stay strong, and resilient.